Okay, you guys, hello, and officially happy summer to everybody. I want to thank everybody, first of all, for making time for a Zoom call. I feel like as our PHOs are being lifted in particular, it feels sort of counterintuitive to be on Zoom. I'm sure we all just want to forget that it's even there. We just want to get together in person. But there are a few things that I want to go over tonight and that we can do all together and do a little less talking when it comes to your guys' actual run night. So tonight, what we're going to basically go over is just some key areas. Like I want to just review the ways that we communicate. Obviously, that's really important, and answer any questions that you guys might have on that. We're going to be sort of slowly transitioning out of a bit of some of our virtual platform tools that we've been using and going a little bit more into some of the in-person, but we also want to maintain, some of those key points for our out-of-town virtual athletes, as well as some of the learning points, again, so that we're not showing up on Wednesdays and I'm not talking to you guys for, 10 minutes before you guys just want to get out and run. Also we're going to go over some of the training plans and review some of the goals for the clinic and go over some of those things. I'm also going to make time at the end of the call, in particular, for those of you that are brand new to PACE, that maybe want to say hi or introduce yourselves, and anybody else that wants to say hi. We'll do that at the end for those of you that still have time and want to stay on the call, if that works for you guys. So before we kind of jump into everything, I do want to just take a minute and have the amazing PACE team, the backbone of our clinics, indefinitely here, say a quick hello, and maybe you guys can share a little something about what you're looking forward to with the summer clinic. So Anthony, if you want to kick us off and start off the introductions, that would be great.
Yeah, I can do. Anthony Dodds here. I've been a PACE leader for a few years now, getting up there about 4 years maybe. So been around a little while. I'm with Brandon. I like the heat. I'm looking forward to some summer running. But most importantly, just reconnecting in person with. I'm looking at these faces. Like there's a lot of it's. I know I've got the title of leader, but it's a lot of you participants are. I learn a lot from you, and I'm inspired by you, Cam, Sandy. Like you guys. Have taught me a lot. I'm looking forward to reconnecting, and that's going to be the best part of the summer, I think, is that reconnection. Speaking of another guy that I learn a lot from, I'll hand it off to my buddy, Ben.
Thanks, Anthony. I don't know too much about that. Ben Walker here. As far as summer goes, I'm honestly just looking forward to reconnecting, same as Anthony. I think that's probably going to be a common thread today, is just a reconnection. But honestly, I guess sharing the adventures and the memories that are going to take place on the Wednesdays through the summer. It's just nice to get out in the heat, and it's cool because the summer we get to take those Wednesdays, go for a couple hours, and take off to different places. That always makes it exciting. And I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Always Changing the Hair Color, Carter.
That's me. Got to keep it fresh. Hi, I'm Carter. I'm Renee and Trent's child, so if you bully me, you'll get in trouble. So just remember that. Be careful. Kind of broken recording. I'm looking forward to running in person again. I know personally I struggled with some motivation through the online, which I'm sure a lot of people did. So I'm looking forward to, kicking ass with everybody and kind of getting back in the groove. So yeah, short and sweet. I'll pass it off to Haley. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Haley. I've been a PACE leader for a few years now, and I hate to sound like everybody else sounds, but I'm so stoked to see all of you in actual real life at real trailheads. I can't wait to say, oh, it's so hot out here, like 10 times a night. I can't wait for it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I guess Janine.
Okay, we skipped Hannah. I'll go to her next. Hi, I'm Janine. I've been a PACE leader for, a couple of years now, with PACE for a lot more than that. I am most looking forward to the Revelstoke camp this summer. I am participating and not leading at that camp, and I'm very excited for that. And I'm very excited to see all of you in real living color. Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. Briefly introduced myself over email. I'm the community engagement coordinator, so not a leader in the run sense. Definitely going to jump on and say the same as everyone has said. I cannot wait to be in person. I was just thinking today how much I miss how our introductions would usually be at Coach R's house. So yeah, looking forward to seeing all of you. And avoiding the heat because it is definitely not something that I love running in. Can't remember who's after you, Janine.
Me. Hey, I'm Nicole. Been leading since last year, sort of. Came on board right in the middle of COVID, so really looking forward to relaunching my leadership role. I've been really enjoying following everyone on social media and virtually, but I'm really looking forward to running with everyone in 3D and sharing some stories and sweat with y'all. And I think that's over to Steve.
There you go.
Sorry, I don't unmute. Yeah, I'm Steve. I've been a leader for a few years now. I'm super stoked for the summer. I love doing Wednesday workouts as a group. I find them really motivating and fun, and I really look forward to them. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. Also very excited for the Revelstoke camp. And yeah, summer, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna send it over to Kevin Siggers because he got missed.
Hi, Kevin Siggers, the token redhead, so everybody can appreciate that. What am I looking forward to this summer? Probably just getting up for the adventure runs on the Wednesday nights. I think we do a lot of speed workouts on Wednesdays during the other clinics, and this one's got some adventure runs, so I'm excited for that.
Goes to Trent.
I think we got Trent next.
Hey everyone, for those that don't know you, Renee's husband. I don't know, I think I'm in the minority. I'm not really looking forward to the heat in the summer, but I am looking forward to the group runs again. I feel like that is the necessary evil over the winter and spring, but it'd be really nice just to get out as a group just together again. It's what really makes the clinic so fun. I'm not sure who was after me.
I think
Renee.
it's Tara.
It's me.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Tara. And I'm going to echo what everyone else is saying. I'm really looking forward to just getting out there and having the group runs again. So yeah, it'll be good.
Tom?
Awesome, it's Tom. Ditto. Can I do that?
Yeah.
No, I'm excited for the adventures and the rendezvous. 135 really got me excited about the idea of not really racing, but just kind of getting out long and being out there forever. And yeah, seeing real people. And if I come up to you and just touch you, it's just because I just want to make sure you're real because I'm so excited.
Awesome. That's great. And tonight we also have Stephanie who wasn't able to join us, but you guys will see Stephanie in person next Wednesday. Because like I mentioned in my video, my short video this morning, because I am currently in Victoria, I just want to thank you guys again in person for your understanding on that. It means a lot to me. The second week when I do get back, we'll make sure that we've got a cooler full of beer and some snacks and sort of kick things off like Hannah said in Coach R's garage, only it'll be after McDougall Rim. So just a little bit of information just to sort of fill you guys in as a team, as a collective group, as a summer clinic sort of posse. We're 55 clinic participants this season. 5 of them are on our virtual platform. That means that they're training from out of Kelowna. We've got 36 female participants and 14 male participants. We have 3 Aarons, 2 Jens, 2 Sams, 2 Lisas, and 2 Alexes in our clinic, which I always think is pretty fun. I do want to take a moment and just thank some of our virtual participants for all of their support and returning. I think that, I just want to sort of acknowledge that you guys have become cherished members of our family. And although you guys are in extended communities and we haven't been able to see you in person, we've really enjoyed getting to know you, and we look forward to continuing those connections on the virtual platform and throughout the summer. I do think that as our crew here in Kelowna gets together a little bit more in person, I just want to acknowledge that we're still here for you. I think there might be some moments where it's possible that might, might feel a little bit different because before we were all virtual. I just want you guys to know that we're all here. And of course, if you can come and travel and meet us for some runs, we'd love to welcome you guys and share the trail in person with you too. I'm just going to quickly go over the communication side of things and just sort of review things to make sure that everybody's sort of on the same page. The Facebook page to start off with is totally optional. It's where we sort of do our live watch music trivia, our prize giveaways. But I do want to say that if somebody here isn't on Facebook, but your spouse has a Facebook account, I can also add your spouse to the group. They may not like that as much, but we have had that in the past, and that does allow you to creep on their account and check in on the group a little bit if you want to. I sometimes post reminders on Facebook, but just so you guys know, if you're not on Facebook, don't worry about me. There won't be anything that we post on Facebook that won't be on the website blog or in the Google Calendar. So there isn't. It's primarily, obviously, a social way for us to connect, put faces to names, organize carpooling, and those sorts of things. I think one of the most important things is the website and the Google Calendar. So the website, you guys, basically, when in doubt, head over to the website, and that's where you guys are going to put the password, which is Spread Sunshine, all in caps. And that's where I'll post just a short weekly video with a little bit of direction incentives for the week. There'll be sort of performance areas. So we might talk about fueling. I might put on, some core workouts, mobility workouts, those sorts of things. So basically, if you're trying to find some information that you may have missed, you want to go to the website, and there are categories on the side that help you organize that. If all else fails, just email me and I can let you guys know. It's really important if there's a particular topic that you guys want to learn more about that I haven't covered, or if you want to send it to me so I can prepare some content for you guys leading into the clinic. There's no silly questions. It's really important to remember that we've got people in this clinic that are brand new to PACE. They've never trained with us before. We've got people that whose maybe their spouses have trained with us, but now it's their turn. They get to come out and train with us. Or we've got people who are building from 15K, and we've got people that run 100-milers in this group. And this is one of the things that makes the PACE community, I think, such a truly remarkable and special place to be. But that said, I don't want anybody to feel, uncomfortable. The team is here. We've got a very, very wide range of experience and wide range of knowledge to help you guys. So if you have topics or things that you want me to cover and the team to cover, please let me know. Next, the Google Accountability Doc. So those of you that took our winter clinic, or actually that have been training with our clinic since the pandemic started, that shared Google Doc started primarily as a way to help you stay accountable. This is when the world was, crashing in on us. We were losing initial contact, and we were trying to keep everybody really motivated and accountable and looking for creative ways. Now that we're getting together in person a little bit more, I'm going to remove the check marks. So those of you that are new to the clinic, you won't know what I'm referencing, but we're not going to have that moving forward. Essentially, everybody in the clinic is going to be eligible for prizes, whether you've earned check marks or not. So, and we'll do those prize giveaways at the end of the clinic. That said, that Google Accountability Doc is primarily for sign up for the group runs. So our adventure runs, there'll be a cutoff date. We ask that you just pop your name on there and which group you want to run with, so we can organize our team, we can organize our routes, those sorts of things. It's very helpful. Obviously, I'm going to post the group run. So once the sign up closes, I'll then post the groups on there and which leader is leading your group. And then we do some fun things like playlists and some of those things that we'll keep going for fun motivation. The second most important form of communication that I mentioned is the Google Calendar. And this is very important that you guys always check this calendar right before every single workout. So those of you that are training with us in person, obviously we do our very best to minimize changing any last minute changes, but there are some things that do come up that we do need to post or we do need to change. So just make sure that you're always checking in with the Google Calendar, and this is going to give you workout specifics for Wednesday, substitute workouts if you can't join our group. And you, again, if you're out of town and you maybe can't meet us at Dilworth Mountain Park, I've tried to give you guys as much information as I can to try to replicate that and in your own communities. The other thing that I've done that you'll see on there, which I haven't done in past summer clinics, in the past, the summer clinics, we either have an adventure run or a speed run. But what I've done for you guys this summer is the weeks that we have our adventure run, I've also sort of periodized and put together an additional speed workout for you. And I've just put that speed workout on Thursdays so that it's consistent in the calendar. You can take that workout and move it around as you need to. And you also have the option to not do the speed work that week if you just prefer to do a recovery run. And that's written in your training plans, okay? But I just wanted you guys to know that that's why it's set up that way. And then, of course, the email that you get from MailChimp from me is really nothing more than a notification. It's going to be something that comes in your inbox to say, hey, the team has something new for you to read. whether that's the video that week or a change to the run or some information on pre-race fueling or something along those lines. So the email is a notification. I'm not going to type a bunch of content. That's going to be on the website. Does that make sense to you guys? So we've got Facebook, which is primarily social. You won't miss out on anything important, but it's a fun place to be. The other one was the Google, the next one was the Google accountability doc. Sign up for the group runs. I'll post what groups you're running with and who your team leaders are there, and fun things like playlists. And then the Google calendars, where you go for locations and for workouts and for substitute workouts if you have to miss the run, or those of you that are joining us from out of town. And then that's about it. Oh, the email is just content. It's a notifier. Any questions? Should I repeat it for the 10th time? I need Trent to do this in his screen. Wrap it up, Renee. I got it. Okay, so let's talk training a little bit, you guys. So as I mentioned, there's a huge diversity, and I know that some of you are probably a little bit nervous. Maybe you haven't trained with a group before. Some of you are probably feeling right as rain. Your training's been already going well. Maybe you've done the winter clinic, the spring clinic, and you're feeling fired up. So just for all of us to remember, some of us might be returning from injury. Some of us might still have a little something that we're hoping is going to, be okay and work out for us this clinic. So I just want to speak a little bit though to a few things. So those of you that are joining, is that me? Is my microphone? Can you guys hear me okay? Cam, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, okay. So those of you that are new and just joining us, and that you are using this clinic in particular to build your aerobic base. It's important that you guys kind of run on the minimum requirements, in particular for the first 6 weeks, especially when it comes to your speed workouts, that you take some of the speed workouts a little bit easier and you stay a little bit on the lower end of the overall volume, because this clinic will primarily act as your base builder. Okay, so that just means it's important for you guys to start slow, to start gradual, and for everybody to not compare to other people in the clinic, because we're all starting in sort of different places. There are very specific training plans. So there's either build plans, rollover plans, and there's a Pace High 5 plan on there. I do want to say, those of you that are joining us with a base or have taken the winter and spring clinics, you guys should be following potentially the rollover plans, unless you've met your goal and you're like, I'm going to tone my volume down. I'm going to just go back down to the build training plan. Please remember, you guys, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to training. So all the programs that I did write for this clinic, they're just a guideline, okay? There's something that's in place for you to follow, but to remain flexible with them. I think that the main message is that the programs are there to sort of help you select appropriate weekly volumes at a controlled rate. So for those of you that haven't followed training plans before, you're kind of on a wing and a prayer, or you're just kind of out there kind of winging it, you'll probably find that these will be a little bit more beneficial, hopefully help you reduce injury and help peak your performance a little bit quicker. The programs also have an option. I've written them kind of so that you guys have, you'll see an extra a week that's highlighted in some of those programs. And that's to sort of give you guys a bit of diversity in terms of, some of you might already be running 5 days a week. Some of you might be running 4, some of you might be running 3 days a week. So what you don't want to do is, if you're currently running 2 days a week, you don't want to pick a program where you're suddenly running into 5 days a week. Okay. So make sure that you guys take some time to look through some of those. The same thing is with your run volume. If you look at the very first week of those programs, so if you're signed up for the 25K and there's 2 programs, if one starts around 5 hours a week and one starts at 8, you sort of have to decipher based on your current volume and goals where you should be starting. I really want to reiterate that you guys try not to fit you into the program, but adjust the program to fit in for you. Okay, so let me see. The other thing to remember, obviously, is if you need to take an extra day off, maybe your goals are a little bit more social, not to worry about that, to make sure that you're adapting. And we'll talk about that as we go on, okay? So which program is best for you? I think the first thing to do, you guys, is to consider your goals. And that's why for week 1, it might seem like a little bit of a cheesy exercise for some of you to go to. Some of you might be just like, yeah, I just want to kick butt. Like, yeah, I want to get stronger. Yeah, I want to get faster. But research shows that if you can apply how you want to feel to your goals, you're going to have better success doing so. And so this exercise may take you 5 minutes. You can kind of roll through it. But I really encourage even those of you that have been doing this with us since December, every 4 weeks, it's really good for you guys to check in and do that. The other thing is to consider your life, work, and training balance. So, you know, how many hours per week do you have to devote to training? You know, you might want to do the training plan that starts at 8 hours, but if realistically this summer you have family commitments or work commitments or things, then it's better for you to find that fine balance and focus on doing a good job with less volume if needed, okay? Any questions so far? No? Okay. So you guys, the Pace High Five program, I've kind of built the Pace High Five program to start off at the beginning of July. And the reason I did that is because if anybody's doing the Pace High Five program a little bit later than that, you can choose your appropriate program and basically follow the 2-week taper from the Pace High Five program and just adapt that over. So if you guys have any questions on that, reach out to me, but that's why I did it that way. You want to watch that you're not increasing your volume more than 10% per week, particularly if you're starting. Those of you that have been ultra running for a long time have a little bit of a bigger base under you. You probably know some tricks of the trade with this. So it's a pretty conservative rule, but it's a good rule. Okay, so keep your mind on that. And if you shift your workouts, you still want to try to obtain the weekly volume. And that's primarily why I put on the left-hand side of those training programs, 5 hours, 5.5, 6, 3 on your rest weeks, however it goes. You kind of want to be within 10% of that volume every single week. Okay. The other thing is don't be afraid if you have to take 30 minutes off of one run on a Tuesday, you can add that 30 minutes onto another run another day of the week to reach your volume if you need to. So the biggest thing is that you guys are being consistent as you can with your training. Let's see. I think, yeah, so just driving home consistency, exercising sporadically and in random ways won't get you the best results. It'll often leave you a little overtrained or undertrained and most likely injured. So the summer clinic, you guys, it's going to require you guys to undertake a focused plan for months on end. It's a 3-month clinic, so we've got 12 weeks. But in doing so, I hope that you're all going to have a lot of fun. You're going to meet some new friends and you're going to maximize your potential, which I know we all want to feel good as we move through the clinic. And hopefully when we get to the end of it, that we've learned some new skills, we've improved some new skills, maybe we've changed some old habits. I've created a few principles for this clinic that I just want to encourage that we sort of all sort of stay in touch with. And the first one is connect. So I want you guys to think about connecting to the work, connecting to your goals, connecting with one another. We're going to put a lot of emphasis on connecting this summer because we finally can. And as you heard from the team, we're all really excited for that. So on all levels, get ready to connect. The other thing is commit. So committing to the work, to your goals, to doing your best. And like I said, it's going to take commitment to get to where you want to go. So be stronger than your excuses this summer and lean on the team and lean on each other. And let's help each other stay on track and be the best we can and get the most out of our training. The other thing that I've chosen for this clinic is celebrate. I think we're moving into a pretty positive direction. And with every little milestone that we accomplish, and whether for some of you, that might just be showing up after a really crappy day of work when you were tired and you didn't want to, and you show up on Wednesday and you're like, Coach, I just had the worst day. I barely have no energy. I don't even know how this is going to go. And we're going to have a little chat and we're going to have a little modification. We're going to get you pep talk. So maybe it's just celebrating showing up that day. Maybe it's because you're shy and coming out of your shell is going to be a big deal for you with this clinic. Maybe stretching your endurance, your running distance, or giving 10% more than you normally do. Maybe deep down you've taken clinics before and you get home on a Wednesday and you're like, oh man, I could have given 10% again more, but I just didn't. So whatever that is, celebration is going to be a key part of our clinic this summer. Let me see. Okay, so for Wednesdays, you guys, for the speed, any questions on that? We're good? Okay. So for the Wednesdays, when we do our speed session, so the way that the clinic is going to go is it basically alternates a speed session and adventure run, a speed session and adventure run. That's kind of how we've set this up. On the speed workouts, there's sort of a baseline warm-up that I recommend each distance does. And depending on where you're at, you can modify that. For the most part, our leaders will be leading the warm-ups, but your cool downs will be on your own because everybody will sort of wrap up their time trials and their intervals and their fartleks at different times. So just so that you guys get to know that you're doing your cool downs on your own. But the 15K, those of you that are in the 15K training distance, your warm-up and cool down is about 20 minutes to 15 minutes. The 25K is about 20 minutes and the 50K is 30 minutes, okay? And sort of total workout duration for the 15K group, you guys are 45 to 60 minutes every Wednesday. 25K, you guys are 60 to 75, and the 50K is 75 to 90. So those are just a few things to keep in mind that you're kind of responsible for when you guys do show up on the Wednesdays, okay? We're going to have some fun on Wednesdays. I think every Wednesday that I've set up so far, if you guys have looked at the Google Calendar ahead of time, and or those of you that are virtually, those of you to sort of get your heads in your own communities and get creative with your training, is we're setting up a lot of different loops and a lot of different time trials. So they're going to be progressions, they're going to be negative splits, and they're going to be fartleks. And if you don't know what those things are, don't worry, we're going to tell you on Wednesday and you guys are going to have a hoot. I'm basically going to get my marking flags out of retirement and see if I still remember how to be a coach and a race director in person and pop some flags in the ground and have some fun with you guys this summer. So there's definitely going to be some more sort of intense vertical challenges in there as well. Now, when I say that, remember, depending where you're starting, you have lots of options, okay? So you're going to be able to modify those workouts. But the Wednesdays, we're going to be ripping around the mountain until she comes. We're going to be having some fun with that. The endurance, you guys, the endurance runs sort of start at 2 hours, and some of the Wednesday adventure runs will go upwards of 3 hours. So usually, for example, which is pretty epic for a Wednesday night, like these are things to get stoked on. So, you know, making sure that you're fueling well and you're drinking well while you're at work those days, and you start off with a good breakfast and you're bringing some top up fuel and those sorts of things. Those of you that are in the 15K, your prerequisite was about 2 hours. So we're going to start off at around that mark, and there'll be fluctuation with that. So it won't be 2.5 on the button or 3 hours on the button every Wednesday. So those of you that are training virtually, you're going to want to land. I'll give you that range. The leaders here will be sort of taking charge on that. But those of you that are training out of town, you guys kind of get to decide. There'll be a window that I want you guys to still land in, okay? It's going to take some discipline, you guys, but we're going to do this. We're going to have a lot of fun this summer and have these epic adventure Wednesdays that I know the team is so stoked to get back and lead you all on. So I don't want to keep you guys too late. I do have just a few sort of final things to wrap up with before we go into sort of a social aspect and a Q&A. Today, you guys would have saw the video. I really encourage you guys to keep a training log. I know a lot of you are on Strava, you're on Garmin. I know some of you think this is sort of old school, but trust me on it. For the first 4 weeks of the clinic, if you haven't done this in a long time, see what happens when you start to write down things manually into a training log again. And you write down your distance and your duration and your elevation and maybe what shoes you wore, or how you felt, or what you ate. And you keep track of some of those things. It could be really a real motivational tool, but it's also really important for troubleshooting. And especially if you're new, if you're sort of new to training or getting into this, that training log is really going to become an important a tool for you. And it can help me should you and I have a conversation, we're trying to troubleshoot some things that are happening, okay? The other thing, you guys, was the goal setting, which I mentioned, and to be proactive with self-maintenance. So those rolling tools, stretching, rolling, working on any of those problem areas, massage, that you guys can try to do that a couple times a week. And I'm gonna continue to send you guys some mobility strength videos. I'm gonna pop up the other videos and put them on the blog post next week, and we'll still add some new things. So again, we'll sort of keep going with that. So before I go on, is there anything from someone who's either new to PACE, someone that's returning, that has heard some of the changes, any team members out there, anybody that have any general questions? There's no silly questions. I promise if you're thinking it, somebody else will be, and I may have just forgotten to mention it, or maybe misjudged that it's info. So are there any questions out there?
I've got a question.
All right. Hi, Cynthia.
Renee. Hello.
Hi.
So just a clarification. I've got my handle on the Google Calendar. So my front page on my app on my phone. And then is the email always going to direct me to, there's something on the sign up sheet, or let's go to the website because there's an update?
Yeah, so what we'll do is email is going to have quick links on the bottom of it. So if anybody, when you get the weekly, if you just want to skip to the sign up sheet, or you just want to skip to the Facebook page, or you just want to skip to something, Hannah does a really nice job of putting those links on the bottom for us. But essentially the email is just to take me to the website link. It's just a notification. It's almost like that, bing, hey, Coach R or the team has something new for you for this week. But I have, those of you that are on Facebook, I did pin the sign up sheet to the top of that page. So whenever you guys go, those of you that are on Facebook, whenever you log into Facebook, basically the first thing you see is that Google shared accountability doc. You can just click on it, sign up for the run, check out your group right from there if you want to. And if not, there'll be a quick link in that week's newsletter that you can use. Okay.
That'd be great.
Yeah, thanks. Good question. Anybody else? You guys are just stoked to run, hey? Less Zoom, more run, less Zoom, more run. Okay, yeah.
You're not here this week. Wednesday night run, is it we just meet up in Woodhaven and go for it?
Yeah. So this Wednesday, you guys will meet at Woodhaven. I do ask per our COVID protocols right now that just to start off with, you guys, let's keep our masks on when we're loitering as a bigger group until we sort of get sorted. The team will be there to meet you. Stephanie is then going to, the team knows who their warm-up groups are right now, but Stephanie's going to welcome everybody. She's going to go over the workout for everybody, and then she's going to assign you to a group leader who's going to go and take you on your run. You're going to come back, or your warm-up, pardon me. You're going to come back to Woodhaven where you've been given your workout instructions. Stephanie will be there on standby. So if anybody forgets anything, gets confused, needs to ask questions, she'll be there. We've got Tom and Janine that are going to be out in the field helping out, and all the leaders will be there to keep you guys motivated. So, and then just remember that you guys will do your own cool down after that workout. So yeah, you show up, but you wait for instructions on Wednesday, and everybody's going to get going at the same time, which is really exciting. We haven't had that in a long time. Yeah, good question. Thanks, Cam.
I have another question about that.
Okay.
It's gonna be so awesome. I can't believe we're starting next week.
I know.
So for us that are tapering, do we just still do the Wednesday workout as is, or should we be modifying it a bit?
Did I put a taper workout on the Google Calendar, Cynthia?
Oh, maybe you did.
I don't remember. I'm going to look now. If I didn't for Wednesday.
There's been a lot of information.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a bit overwhelming, isn't it?
I was really looking forward to not having to work too hard.
Well, you know what?
That's not why you signed up. Although that's what we look forward in the taper, right?
So you know what? I just noticed I did not put a taper. I've got 2 other workouts on there, so I'll do that tonight after the Zoom call. Thanks for noticing that.
Okay. So when we're on taper, there is a modification.
Yeah, show up. Yeah. There always will be. And you guys, if you have a race on the go that you've just signed up for, or an adventure coming up, or anything happening, maybe you're doing the West Coast Trail with your family, whatever those things are. If you need a modification when you show up on Wednesday, give me a heads up ahead of time, and I'll specialize a certain workout for you. Or if you've got something on the go, I can always modify that for you. And that same thing goes for our virtual or out of town athletes. Reach out to me ahead of time, and I can update that Google Calendar for you guys. I'd be happy to. Let me know.
Right. And then obviously McDougall Rim will just
so
we'll go out and back within our taper time.
Yeah, so if the scheduled adventure run is more than what your taper is, Cynthia, you're probably you're either going to have to come back on your own.
Yeah.
Right? Because we won't have and or modify with a different workout. I mean, remember, these are really unique times when you guys have these events that are coming up. I know it's hard to miss anything because we're just getting back together, but that's sometimes a small price to pay when you're tapering in those kind of instances. Yeah.
Yeah, so if a group of us want to go do McDougall Rim, but only do 90 minutes, and we'll just come back on our own, just tell the leaders that's what our plan is.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell you ahead of time, or
maybe tell me ahead of time, and I'll see how I can organize that.
Sandy,
I updated that. I don't know why it's still saying that.
Okay.
Someone else told me that, but I've changed that. My calendar doesn't say that. I'll take a look at that. Thanks for letting me know. I'll see why that's doing that. 6 o'clock are the runs, and I think we're meeting at 5:45 at our carpooling place on that Wednesday. And I'll give you guys that information out and update all that again the week before, but I'll take a look at that and see how come that didn't roll over. Thanks. Anybody else?
Renee, I had just a quick comment.
Sure.
You mentioned the theme of celebration. That's definitely going to be a big part of the summer. And today being Indigenous Peoples Day, it's a great day to have a moment of reflection. But no better way to celebrate this amazing place we call home than to be out and adventuring and running the way that we do. And just wanted to say, wish everybody a happy Indigenous Peoples Day and enjoy your celebrations and reflections.
Thank you. You bet, Anthony. We are very lucky. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. You bet. For sure. Anybody else? Any questions? Any comments? No? Is there anybody that's new to the clinic and or returning and or that would like to introduce themselves? And I know that can be kind of a scary thing. Look at me, I'm going to introduce myself to a bunch of people I don't know ahead of Wednesday, but it's a safe space. We'd love to I'll make it a little bit easier for you. If you'd like to maybe just say your name or let us know how you heard about PACE or a little bit about your running background. Of course, if anybody needs to sign off at any time, you're also welcome to. We'll just spend some social time here together now. So if anybody is going to sign off, thanks for making time. I look forward to seeing you in person. And is there anybody out there that would like to introduce themselves to us?
Rachel does.
Hi, we'll just say a quick hi. We got to head out, but I think we're both excited to increase our endurance. We've done a few races and triathlons and just sprints. So it'll be cool to build up as we go on. And yeah, really pumped for the community. Heard great things about it. And yeah, excited to join.
Good to finally be on the inside. I hear this is a pretty slick community to be part of. So looking forward to that.
Oh, that's really nice, you guys. Thanks for the compliments. We're very excited to welcome you. And there's a whole slew of people here that can't wait to help you have fun and have a good experience out on the trails. So yeah, thanks so much.
Right on. We'll see you Wednesday.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
I can introduce myself. My name is Dane. It's my first year or first clinic with PACE. And kind of heard about PACE through word of mouth and Google and just the universe telling me to join. And got into running just over a year ago from cycling and did a marathon and a half marathon. And then I was building up for another marathon and then COVID happened. So then I ran a backyard ultra and then just kind of got hooked on the longer distances. Yeah, so looking forward to having a community and just something in the calendar every week to look forward to and make some friends.
Wow, yeah, that is exciting. That's pretty tough work jumping into all that fairly new, and those backyard ultras were no joke, Dane. So yeah, we're looking forward to being social with you and getting to know you a little bit better. But that's impressive. Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for choosing us.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anybody else want to say a hello out there?
Hey everyone, my name is Alex and I just joined the PACE clinic. I work with Janine and Hannah, so there's no influence there whatsoever. Yeah, I've been running road for like two summers, and then COVID hit, and just love my love for running grew. So yeah.
Wow. So you found a deeper love for running during COVID. Did you feel like you had more flexibility, or was Janine and Hannah just like where did that come from? That's interesting during COVID, like without a community or without some of those engagements.
Yeah, I guess when I just finished my undergrad, and I had a lot of time on my hands, and it was just a good escape for me. So. Yeah. Very
cool. That's a really impressive. Well, welcome, Alex. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting to know you better and sharing the trails with you too.
Don't be fooled. He's a firecracker, this one.
Is he? That's pretty awesome. Right on. Anybody else want to say hi? Introduce
I can reintroduce myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little bit choppy, but we got you, Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my car because my cell service at my house is terrible, as well as my internet connection, which is out. So down the road. Andrew here. I think the last PACE clinic I did running was probably 9 or 10 years ago now when I left for Calgary. So came out to your mountain camp about 3 summers ago, 2-3 summers ago. And back to getting running and coming off of some injuries. So I'm glad to get back out, meet some people again.
Yeah, we're happy to welcome you back. So Andrew, back, well, like I said, PACE has been going for 16 years, and Andrew was a PACE leader back when he was in Kelowna 4 years ago, I guess it was. Was it that long ago? Andrew?
I left here in 2011.
Yeah, wow.
So 10 years ago, yeah.
10 years ago, yeah. So we're excited to have you back. It'll be fun to have you back as a participant. And yeah, I know you. I've seen you climb those mountains. So yeah, we're looking forward to doing Hell Hill 10 times with you again. Just kidding.
Nope.
Nope. Anybody else out there want to say hello?
I will say hello. It's a reunion for myself. It's been, I think it's 4 years since I've actually officially run with PACE. So I'm Steve and my wife's Brenda. And we were in high training mode, and then we got a little girl, and so we've disappeared off the map. But now we're trying to reemerge, and despite some injuries and old age, we're going to get back on it, and we're very excited to rejoin the community. And for those of you that haven't been part of the community, even if you take a 3-year break, everybody still continues to be your friends. And you're connected to them on other platforms and everything. So very excited to re-engage with PACE and everybody. And when my knee will allow me, I'll see you on the trail. And then we'll get there.
We're really excited to have you guys back. And what a wonderful way to take a bit of a leave from us with your beautiful daughter. So we've got lots of catching up to do, and we're really excited to get back out there with you guys too. And I hope your knee comes around. So you'll let me know if there's anything I can do to help you there, Stephen.
Always.
Thank you, buddy. Cool. Anybody else? It's not so bad. Hey, Reach saying hello.
I'll introduce myself. I'm Sita. So I'm brand new to PACE. I moved to Kelowna about a year ago, it's interesting to move during a pandemic. So yeah, I just have enjoyed running around the trails here, and everyone I've met seems to somehow be connected to PACE. So I thought I would join.
That's so nice. Where did you move from, if you don't mind us asking?
I've kind of lived all over. I was in Vancouver the last couple of years, but I'm from the island and I've kind of moved a bunch. So, but now we're here for good. So
nice. And what's you want to tell us a little bit about your running background, or?
Yeah, I've never joined, apart from many years ago, running sort of any formal training plan. It's really just been kind of a hobby on the side. So it's all brand new to me. So
cool. We're honored that you chose us. So we're looking forward to getting to know you better and sharing the trails with you too, Sita. Thanks. Yeah, nice. Any other brave souls out there?
Okay. Erin, yeah, this is my first clinic. Super excited to be here. I've been running on the road for a really long time. I run on the trails like informally, but this is my first clinic. I haven't really trained for anything for a few years. I've done like a few full marathons, couple half marathons, but I mean, I love hiking. I love being kind of out in nature, and I love running. So I feel like this is going to be kind of the perfect, thing.
It sounds like a really nice fit. We're going to embrace you, Erin. Yeah, welcome. Thanks so much for choosing us. Yeah, that's awesome. Right on. Anybody else?
I'm one of the other newbies in the group, but PACE isn't really new to my house because my husband was in it for quite a long time, and we have a 5-year-old, so only one of us can do it at a time. So it's my turn for the first time.
Awesome.
Finally, as far as running experience, mostly just on the road, and then when I signed up and just being intimidated by everybody, I won't name names in this group, by everybody on Strava, I was like, I better get out there. I'm not starting this clinic without having at least tried a couple times. But I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm happy to be in a community where I can learn from others and correct my mistakes. And
That's really beautiful. Thanks for being vulnerable and sharing that. I would say you're not alone, Andrea. There's probably others in your shoes this clinic, and if not, a lot of the faces that you see on the Zoom call at one point in their PACE journey started off exactly where you started. So we're really looking forward to the opportunity to helping you grow and getting to know you better out there and sharing the trails with you too. So that's awesome. Yeah, and say hi to Cam for us too.
I will.
Okay, awesome. Susan?
I'm Susan Allard, and I was a newbie last fall, but an old newbie. So worked too hard for too many years and raised 3 kids who I was watching their soccer practices and just started to do a bit of running, and then got hooked on running more and more and trying some of the MEC runs when they were happening, and then learned from my really good friend Cynthia, who's on here, about PACE, and certainly felt very intimidated and joined just for a couple of sessions, and then COVID happened. So and going back to work happened, and after a nice leave that I was on, so I have to just relearn to prioritize making the practices and fitting in the exercise time and running time. So
that's awesome. We've missed you, Susan. It's really nice to have you back. And hopefully there'll be lots of motivation and lots of incentives to help you with it. I know it's hard to integrate back, and I know you have a very full schedule and that you give a lot back to our community. So we're very grateful that you're back with us again. We're looking forward to spending the summer with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? No? Any of our virtual folks out there want to say a Heidi ho? Give us a little update on how recovery is going from Rendezvous or anything? No? All right, you guys. Well, this has been fun. Listen, if anybody has any questions at all, you guys have my email. Please reach out to me. Let me know. Hi, Alex. Welcome. If you guys have any questions at all along the way, please reach out. Let me know. I'm sorry again that I'll miss you guys this Wednesday, but the team is stoked. You guys are going to have a really, really great kickoff this Wednesday. I know it, and I look forward to seeing you the following Wednesday. But I'll be online this week if anybody needs anything. So thanks for making the time. Thanks for choosing PACE. We're really looking forward to the summer ahead. We'll see you guys. Have a great night.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thanks. Bye. Thanks, Renee. Okay, bye-bye.